All right, so the Sixers obviously on the table, but mostly today on the Eagles. Again, tickets at 8 o'clock for tonight's game, so be tuned at 8 o'clock in 2 hours. Kelsey, 7:30, your phone calls all show, 215-592-9494. Rich!
Joe,
Hey, bud.
water is the official state beverage of Indiana.
Good beverage.
Feels appropriate.
Why
I don't know
not?
why.
So lame.
I don't know why.
It
Why
is
not?
so lame. What do you mean? Why? You think it's appropriate?
You want it to be high C?
Sure.
Sure, it's cooler
Anything
water.
other than the stuff I can just get out of the faucet right there. That doesn't seem.
Keep it simple, John.
Look, water's the greatest. Don't get me wrong. And I drink water. That's all I drink, it feels like, every day. But this is water and coffee. But come on. It really doesn't seem in any way unusual to you that should
No, I
be
know it's unusual, but I applaud
festive,
it. I applaud it.
statewide celebrated drink.
You know what it is, James? You know what it is? It's like handing the ball to Saquon tonight. Do it a lot. You guys hear me? No, James. No, all jokes aside, you hear me frequently talk about use them less.
You're right. You're saying not tonight?
This isn't a use them less night. This is a use them more night.
Love it.
This is he didn't get used that much last game.
Didn't need to.
You don't have a game for 10 more days after this. If you win this one, it's a really big win. This is a get the ball to Saquon Barkley at least 25 times game. And by the way, I'll tell you right out of the gate, I'm pretty darn confident the Eagles will win tonight. Now, I want to hear from you, 215-592-9494. I mean, what I see and what I sense, a Washington team, I'll use the word guess. I would guess is not ready for prime time. I'm not saying their quarterback's not. I think that guy's pretty damn good. But is their team really ready for prime time? I would tend to think no. It's a lean on Saquon night. It's a lean on AJ night. You know, I have been very impressed with Jalen lately running the ball. He's made a dramatic difference in the offense. I like to see him do that early and often. And I expect the crowd to be a large factor. Large. I mean, guys, this is the biggest game the Eagles have played at home since that San Fran game last year. Now, I don't say that to throw a shudder through you, because obviously that it didn't go well. But we know in a lot of instances when it's a big game and a rabid crowd, for the most part, good results typically happen. John, I got a lot of confidence in the Birds tonight. Talk to me. Where are you?
I'm also very confident. I do respect this Washington team a lot.
You should.
They are much better than anyone expected they could be this early. I think that quarterback, Jaden Daniels, and that coach, Dan Quinn, who is a Pete Carroll enthusiasm clone in that respect. You know, that's sort of how he communicates with his guys. He's going to be tough. He's going to make that team a lot better than what we're accustomed to for the last few years.
Well, the
around
last
here.
couple months also.
This
Or the last
quarterback-
couple weeks, I mean to say. But you mean years and years of Washington.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
get ready for Washington to no longer be a pushover.
Yeah, this is the start of a new
they're-
era,
yeah.
in my opinion, because I think Jaden Daniels is legit, and that changes
He
the division.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
And this is a tempo setter. This is a new era, the dawn of a new era. Let's set it off right with some fireworks that explode and, you know, impress. This is a real opportunity. We are the better roster. We are so much stronger roster-wise. And it seems clear that they have deficiencies that we can capitalize upon. Like, they stink at stopping the run. I think they're 28th in the league, allowing 142, 143 yards a game on the ground. And we, of course, have Saquon and Jalen that will just punish them and score all over them with that. And meanwhile, you know, the Commanders, their pass defense, we know what happens when we run it. That sets things up for our pass game and play action, and that's how we prefer it lays out there. The Commanders play a lot of man. I mean, that's not going to work. Like, if that's what you're comfortable with, well, you might have to do other things, take you out of your comfort zone, because trying to man up on Devontae and AJ,
Tough.
It just doesn't make sense. You do have to devote a lot of extra.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see if teams start stacking the box even more against the Eagles, because the rushing attack has been so strong, and then obviously that would let AJ and Devontae feast.
Man outside against the quarterback that throws it better, deep, dropping it in better than anyone else. It doesn't make sense. We are dangerous where they are weak. And that's exciting to me. The Washington offense can be impressive, but I expect Vic and his riffraff, young riffraff kids to get out there and just out-hit people.
Well, I'll tell you what's
they
going to
will
be
out-aggress at times. Yeah, they're going to have to pursue and chase and tackle great in space against this offense, but I know that they can do that.
Here's what I'll say about the Eagles D. I mean, there's a lot to say, but I'll say this about the Eagles D versus Washington. Terry McLaurin tonight versus Quinyon Mitchell, when they are matched up, will be fascinating. Terry McLaurin to me is a lot like Ryan Kerrigan was for a decade for Washington. In the midst of a bad team, he was the kind of player you always respected. You always knew it wasn't his fault. It wasn't Ryan Kerrigan's fault when Washington would lose to the Eagles or finish with 5 wins in a season. And I have felt the same way about Terry McLaurin. He is a really quality football player. I got a lot of respect for that guy. Quinyon obviously has been a great rookie. That's a great matchup tonight. And an assessment of where Quinyon is, and I think he's very far down the line, but where is he again? Because, the Eagles have faced a lot of bum teams. A lot of bum quarterbacks, a lot of teams. I mean, the Giants,
but not
Cleveland,
receivers.
Wide receivers,
He's
though.
faced
Not
good
always,
wide
but
receivers,
Jamar Chase
Joe.
and CeeDee Lamb.
But
He's lined up
Jamar
against
Chase,
the best this league has to offer.
I get it, but
some weeks.
but my point is, other than Jamar Chase with Burrow, typically the quarterback couldn't get the ball there. Cooper Rush wasn't getting the ball to CeeDee Lamb last week. He wasn't doing it. James, what
he did in the end zone, except the sun got in his eyes.
Exactly. James, give me your biggest concern for tonight's game.
Oh, it's only Jaden Daniels. That's it.
That he wins it?
Yeah. I mean, he's that good. He is. And he's proved it over and over again.
Is he better than Hurts?
No, I don't think so. Not now. If you had to ask me if I had to pick one for the future, I might pick Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
But right now, I think Hurts is still better. He's more experienced. He's had more reps, all that stuff that matters. Especially in big games. Like, this is the biggest game Jaden Daniels has ever played in the NFL.
That's
without
right.
a doubt.
I agree with that.
So, but if you're asking me what's the scariest thing, it's that guy just does special stuff tonight.
Look, 215-592-9494 to weigh in. We have not one but two different Twitter poll questions of the day today, both brought to us by Armin Chevrolet. Armin offering huge savings on every leftover 2024 Equinox remaining in inventory. Together, let's drive. ArminChevy.com. First poll question, who wins tonight? Eagles or Washington? Second poll question, who's the better player? Not was, not will be. We're not talking about 2 years ago when Jalen was in the Super Bowl. We're not talking about, as James just alluded to, the concept of 5-10 years from now, who will be a better player, and I tend to think Jaden Daniels will be better. The question is, who is better? Quarterbacks, A, Jalen Hurts, B, Jaden Daniels. You can vote at Sportsradio WIP.
And we're not talking about bring it softly like the camera was trying to bring it softly earlier. It's game day today. It's game day.
It's game
today.
day.
We're kicking off tonight against a team that's 7-3.
So if James plays
They're
killing
7-3. We're 7-2, correct?
Yeah, well, if James plays
That's
killing me
close.
softly,
We're
is that
right
no
there.
good?
No.
How about the old version of Killing Me Softly? Remember that one,
The
James?
original version,
That's
yeah.
very soft.
Roberta Flack, I believe it is.
That's very,
Yeah.
very soft.
You're very, very soft.
Yeah, I quit practice in 10th grade. I quit the tryout and just got Wooder and left. So, yeah, I admit
Well, we're
that.
trying to get you not
You're so
very,
annoying,
very
man.
soft today.
All right, 215-592-9494. Bring the enthusiasm this morning. It's a big show. It's a big day. It's a big game. It really is. Look, we're going to know a lot more about this team when we go to bed tonight. We are. And I think we're going to go to bed happy tonight. I really do. I think the Eagles are going to win the game. I don't take it for granted. It shouldn't be a take it for granted kind of day because Washington has put something out there this year that has been impressive. But I think when all is said and done tonight, we go to bed happy because the Eagles win the game. Your thoughts, 215-592-9494. Enthusiasm, what you're looking for tonight, what you don't want to see tonight. And I'm not just talking about an L. Within the game, what don't you want to see? All that and more here. Joe DeCamera, John Ritchie. It's 94 WIP.